to hit the gas real quick. Got a little bit of road right now, and you got the downshift, and you're not pinned, but you're definitely pushed back. What's up, guys? Yeah, Salvage Guy here, and today we are done. In the last episode, you guys saw me do a full assembly of the front end. Today's episode, I'm going to show you guys the flaws of it. I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about with the hood misaligning, and I'm also going to take it on my first test drive. So if you guys are new here, hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys enjoy this series. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. Hope you guys will consider liking, subscribing, throw me some comments down below as well. Make sure your post notifications are on. And if you guys are new, make sure you guys are following me over on Instagram. That way you guys can get an inside scoop on this and all my other vehicles in my fleet. So a lot of the comments that I got in the previous video was that you guys really wanted to see that test drive. You really wanted to see the hood misalignment that I was talking about, and I really want to show you guys that. So I'm going to be showing you that in this video. I wanted to make sure that that first video didn't get too long, get too out of context, because it's too many different things in there. So I wanted to make sure that I do the due justice and show you guys everything firsthand, right in person, and also give you guys a full test drive, and so that you guys can see my full reaction, basically get my feelings of how the build progressed and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this stuff. So the hood does not align perfectly, and I have a problem with this right now. And the problem that I have is that this is off by probably about 1/4 of an inch. Hopefully you guys can see this. So right here, you can see that my finger is almost pretty much aligned with it. I can't figure out why it doesn't align. We have some issues with it, and I think it might be the hood hinges. The hood hinges on this vehicle are like $180 each, and I don't want to just go out and buy hinges on it and not know if that's definitely the problem. Everything else on it aligns perfectly. The bumper aligns great, the headlights are all good. I can't understand why this doesn't align good, and maybe it's the hinges, maybe this needs to, I just don't know. If you guys have any ideas why this is not aligning correctly, this is a real-time video. So let me know, guys. I really need to figure this out, because while it's drivable, it's functional, it works, this is not the craftsmanship that I want with this vehicle. It's something that needs to be fixed. It bothers me so much, and I really need to figure it out. Do you guys think it's the hood hinges? I really don't know. I don't know what else it could be. Everything else was perfect on it. I measured everything. I made sure that everything was aligned perfectly, and I just don't understand why this doesn't align. It's the same thing on the other side. I'll try to show you guys real quick. So you see right in here, it's not as bad on this side, but it's definitely lifted a little bit, and I can't figure out why. So I need your help, guys. Let me know how I can fix this, what I can do, and is it fixable? Did I mess something up? I really hope I didn't mess anything up. It's possible. It's entirely possible that I did mess it up. But let me know, guys. Please reach out to me, throw me some comments, DM me on Instagram. Let me know what you guys think I did wrong, what this problem can actually be. I'm really not sure. And I will say it's not a matter of just adjusting the things in here that the hood hooks up to, the hood locks. I have them down as low as I possibly could. So I know that if I push this down, it does align. But like I said, guys, I really just don't know. The bumper's down as far as it can go. It's on both sides, so I think it's a hood issue. I know the hood is straight, but I'm at a loss for this, guys. Let me know. Help me out here. I really need your guys' help. So going to be taking the car on a test drive today for the first time. I have my tires loaded up in the back, just did the suspension, and I'm going to be heading out to get the tires mounted, and also getting alignment done on this car since we just did the suspension. So, side note, Audi also gave me these sunglasses. Not exactly fashionable, but they're pretty cool. So we're moving. Initial reaction is the car has a very smooth sense to it. Even though the alignment is off, the car does drive perfectly straight. The steering wheel is just a little cockeyed right now. Once we let it warm up a little bit, we're actually going to give it a little gas and see how she feels once we get her up to speed. So turning out of my street onto the main road, going to give it a little bit of gas now. Wow, this thing moves. Disappointed you don't actually hear the supercharger in it, but the car's definitely got some speed to it. Definitely a nice amount of torque, and we're barely even moving up the temperature range right now. So as we drive this car and get it up to speed, everything that I did on it, I feel really happy with, and I'm very happy with this car, the way that it all came out. There's a lot of work that had to be done to it. One of the things that I wish I was able to do is disassemble the car myself. It would have helped a lot with the learning process. The fact that I didn't have the ability to kind of take the puzzle apart, that definitely plays into a lot of the time that it took to actually repair this car. But it came out pretty good. And so from the front radiator support to the push bumper and having to replace the hood and doing the body work on the bumper itself, it was definitely a lot of fun. But this video is about driving, and so we're doing about 40 right now. Just gonna hit the gas real quick. Got a little bit of road right now, and you got the downshift, and you are not pinned, but you're definitely pushed back. And you get a nice little warning that says your speed limit is exceeded. And this car is made for the road. It drives great. Very, very stoked about this build. And once we get some new tires on there, hopefully the road noise goes down a little bit. But it's agile, it's nice. So another one of the things I was a little worried about with this car was the brakes. Thought maybe I was going to have to replace them, but I figured I would wait until I actually got to test drive the car to see how the rotors were. They were a little bit rusted, definitely a little bit worse off for the wear than they were, than I thought that they were when I got the car. But it came out, you know, they're pretty good. They stop great. There's no vibration in the steering wheel, no nothing. So I think we could probably get another like 20-ish thousand miles out of them, as long as the rotors hold up, because those were the main concern for me. The pads had a bit of meat on them, so I guess once we get all the rust off of my driving, the car, you know, we'll be sitting good. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but there's so we're doing about 60, and there's definitely a lot of road noise. I don't think it's the tires. The tires are actually really good. It's just that they are basically the sidewalls and everything are in a bad condition. But so we have the way that these windows are and the way these doors are, I guess because it's the hatchback kind of deal where it's not sealed. So you're going to get a little bit extra road noise, and I was hoping that would not be the case on this, but you know, it's nothing that a little bit of radio can't drown out, and overall, you know, the car is great. So the next biggest thing I got to figure out is what level tint to get this done. All my other vehicles have been about 5% in the back, and depending on the brand that I use, ranging between 15 to 20% in the front. Should I stick with that? New Jersey doesn't allow tint in the front, so you're always taking a risk on that. But I've always wanted to have a car with 5% all around, but the visibility is something I'm definitely a little worried about. And now that I have a backup camera, you know, maybe it won't be so bad when you're trying to back up. Let me know what you guys think. Is 5% too dark? How do you guys think this vehicle will look with a full limo tinted out? We're sitting at a light right now. It's just turning green. I'm going to give this guy a second to go in front of me, and I'm just going to give it some gas. Full floor. Definitely a little jumpy on the shifts. I think that has to do more with the transmission than anything else. Just the way that the gear ratio is. I let that guy get about 100 feet on me, and I had no problem passing him before the lane merges. This car's got some power. Very, very thrilled to drive this car as a daily driver. So full disclosure, I have 2 other BMWs which I'm trying to sell right now, and so I've been driving nicer cars for quite some time, all DIY, and I gotta say that the way that this rides is as nice or better than those. There's no steering wheel shake at all, and that is with no alignment at this point. I will update after I get that done, but this car seems to have the total package. It's got cargo space, it's got enough features and buttons to keep a 3-year-old content for hours. Not that you're supposed to let them touch these things, but you know what I'm saying. And it's got the speed. It seems pretty agile. And just overall, this car was kind of a last-minute buy. So we drove about 15 miles so far. Glad to see that all the check engine lights are staying off. We had a stability control fault. That might have just been because I changed the suspension, but that came on, and we had all those misfires from a long time ago. All those codes have stayed off. I was hoping that they would not come back. You can always clear a code, but then when the car drives, it actually just kind of re-enables itself. But happy to see that none of that is happening. And there was a whole slew of other codes and everything that I was getting, ranging from low battery and low voltage and all this other stuff. Cleared those up, put the vehicle on charge, let the battery charge up a while, and it all seems good. So hopefully we don't run into any issues, and I'll be able to get maybe 100,000 miles out of this car, because I drive about 100 miles to and from the office every day, and it's this car is going to rack up a significant amount of miles in a relatively quick period. So about 2 years, this car, between daily driving to and from work and just regular driving, it'll probably have somewhere around like 130,000 miles, 140,000, and at that point it's probably when I'll get rid of it. So the steering wheel on this car feels like you are taking a scorching hot knife and cutting through a very warm stick of butter. I've driven one other car that had a steering wheel feel like this, and it was like a 1998 Cadillac Eldorado. That car had the nicest steering wheel feel I've ever felt. This mimics that a lot, and it's a pleasure to drive. The gas pedal is responsive, whether you're starting off from a dead stop or you're moving 30, 40, 50. Downshifts very nicely, and it just moves. You can tell that this car just wants to get up and go. Supercharger is a very nice touch on this. Never driven a supercharged car before, and the instant boost on it seems to be definitely something a lot nicer than a little bit of the turbo lag. Getting that instant gratification. So we're pulling up to the shop right now. Going to get all this stuff taken care of, and I will update you all on the way back when I pick up the vehicle. So another cool thing about this vehicle is that I've never had a backup camera before, so I don't know if any other cars do this, but put into reverse, as you turn the wheel, it tells you your direction you're going to be going, and the blue is where you're actually at right now. So definitely something that's a cool feature to have in the backup camera. Good job, Eddie. Just dropped the car off. I'm at Autobahn Automotive in New Jersey, and they are phenomenal here, guys. If anyone is local to this area, definitely check them out. Definitely look them up. They gave me a free loaner car to head up to the office. All they're doing is 4 tire changes and an alignment, and I still have access to a free loaner vehicle. Shop is immaculate. The staff is so nice, and the owner is one of the most knowledgeable people that I've ever seen in the business, and will not take advantage of you with anything that you are doing. He's honest, and that says a lot these days. So anyone local to this area, look them up. Cannot recommend these people more. I don't trust anyone with my cars. That's why I started doing all this stuff. But these guys are a cut above everyone else. Highly recommend them. So I just picked up the Audi from the shop and got the alignment done and got 4 new tires put on. They told me that the noise that I was hearing is from 2 bad wheel hubs on the front of the vehicle. I gotta see how that is. They said it's nothing that is really bad, but I'm gonna check into that once I get this car all up and running, get it inspected and all that, I'm going to maybe look into replacing those. They quoted me like $1,500 to do it, so I'm sure that I can get the parts and do it a lot cheaper than they were saying. But they also mentioned that I had a very slight coolant leak, which is a little surprising to me. I just did the entire thing, but said that it's kind of dripping out a little bit at the lower radiator hose, and I went ahead and replaced all the O-rings on the radiator hoses so that I didn't have to deal with something like this. But you know, when you're dealing with a car, dealing with anything, this kind of stuff always happens, so it is what it is. But so we're going to give it the first drive with the alignment and the new tires. And first thing we're going to see is if it drives straight, and it does. Wheel is perfectly straight, moving straight, so happy with that. And now that I do have the new tires on there, I do hear a little bit of the noise. I guess what I thought was tires yesterday is actually the wheel bearings going bad, or the wheel hub on this car, because they don't actually deal with the wheel bearings. They replace the entire thing. But you know, I'm very happy with the way that this car came out. You know, it drives like a dream, and I just got to get it home now. Maybe stop at a car wash and finish up polishing the vehicle. Let's see if I pass any. Actually, it's pretty early in the morning right now, so probably won't be open. But so this car is 99.99% done. We just have to polish it up, get it showroom like ready, get this paint back to normal, and everything is good on this car, guys. I'm thrilled that the car came out the way that it did. I could not be happier with the progress that I made, and in the short time. Yeah, I've worked on some cars in the past. I love vehicles. Really started with my old 1993 Chrysler LeBaron, which I refused to let die. The car has 374,000 miles on it, and it's not worth the tires that it sits on. So for me to bring it to a mechanic, it's already worth, I'm already paying more than it's worth. So everything that I needed to fix, I always just tinkered, and it was a sidecar. I was using it for pleasure. But you know, it's just one of those cars that you love, man. You don't want to give up. So transition that into 535 and some other things, 650 BMWs, and you know, just little by little, you keep learning how to do things. Now I'm working on the Audi. Audi came out great, and we'll see what the next car is. So I got to give the the overall assumption and review of this vehicle. So if you guys are looking for something like this, highly recommend. I don't know if all Audis are like this. My friend used to have an A5, and it drove pretty nice, but this is definitely a step above. If you guys are looking for something similar to this, then you want to try to pull something off the Copart auction, or something that's destroyed, let me tell you that I've had a couple issues rebuilding, but nothing that was too monumental that a YouTube video or a parts diagram or something couldn't figure out. So highly recommend this car. I'm having so much fun driving it for the first time. Drove it about 15 miles, 15 minutes right now, and this car is just really nice. And don't hesitate, get something like this, guys, and hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will update you guys once I get the tires and alignment. That's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. You guys saw me do a test drive. You saw me basically show you what's wrong with the car right now. Showed you basically the thing that is bothering me the most on this, which is the hood not lining up. As I said earlier in the video, I need your guys' help. I need to figure out what's wrong with it, what possibly could be misaligned with it. I really have no idea, so I'm going to utilize you guys, you know, the experts out there, to help me figure this out so that I can fix this car and prevent the problems in the future. So if you guys are new here, hope you guys will consider subscribing. Hope you guys will like, also comment down below. Make sure your post notifications are on. And also make sure you guys are following me over on Instagram. Post the link right down below. That way you guys can get there and see an inside scoop of everything that's going on in the channel for this build and future builds to come. So if you guys stuck with me through this entire series, you guys know that I struggled. You guys know that I'm still struggling with this. It's not an easy process. It's not an easy concept to just pick up. People take years and years and years in order to master this craft. But what you can do is just have a love for something like this. So I hope that I can inspire you guys to just try to pick up a wrench, buy a car, do whatever you gotta do. Just try to become a DIY salvage guy yourself.